Really simple, really easy baked cauliflower with a little bit of spice on there into the oven. Makes a great dish for the evening table. Incredible. Great tapas as well. If you haven't met me before or subscribed to this channel, do so, because you get all these amazing little recipes that I do at home. I'll see you in this video in like 2 seconds. I remember the first time I made this was at Donna's house, Donna Isabella in Brisbane, remember? And we came over to see her and we decided to stay for dinner, and I did a whole tapas. Yeah. And in her fridge she had a single cauliflower, and I just remember thinking to myself, it was on Tinder?
Yeah, it's single and on Tinder.
Like, what's Tinder got to do with my cauliflower? So
that's how my mind works.
Scott's behind the camera today, obviously.
Hi everyone.
So I've got the oven on. Put your oven on around about 180 Celsius. Boom. Jinx, do we do this when we do the? Do we do the jinx? 180 Celsius. Now I'm not going to grab a big tray, and this is one thing that I remember doing when I made this, Scotty. Do you remember? I had it in a small tray. Yep. And had it all kind of cuddling up together. Not us cuddling up, the cauliflower florets cuddling up. And you want some baking paper. And I've got some non-bleach baking paper here, which is kind of cool. My girlfriend Meg got me onto this. Gonna rip some off. Just stick it in there. See how rough I am? Like, a lot of chefs that are probably watching this are going, what? What? Look, I'll trim it off, all right? Just to be proper. Home, right? Well, I am an everyday person. This is the thing. I might have a uniform on and work in an industry, but seriously, dude, I'm an everyday person, and this is exactly what I would do. Okay, so I've got a little knife here, which is kind of cool. I love these little knives. They make things so much easier. Now, I don't want big pieces, so I'm going to cut them into small pieces. Remember, this was a tapas originally that I made this. So around about that size. So you're just going to work your way through this cauliflower. From memory, that tapas was epic.
It certainly was.
It was so...
The zucchini there, oh, the dips.
And this is one of the things I'm going to teach at my Nourish retreat, is how to make a tapas with what you've got in the fridge, you know? It's amazing. And this is one of the things that was in her fridge, was this cauliflower. So look at the size pieces, like really get into that, like... They're not big chunks. I don't want them to be big chunks. I want them to be quite manageable and small. Okay, so you're going to need some olive oil. And I've got a little bit of cumin. So I'm just going to put a little bit of olive oil on it. Just a drizzle. A little bit of cumin, just a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper. I'm just going to mix that through on the board. These chopping boards are great. You can get them from any hardware store. That's what I do. Don't go to a kitchen store. They're too expensive. Okay, now I'm just going to place them, and I want the floury part of the cauliflower to be up as much as I can. Now see how tiny this tray is, and see how much cauliflower. Yeah. One would think it would steam, but it doesn't, right? Anyway, this is my trick about how to make...
So you're tucking them into bed, right?
I'm tucking them into bed, exactly. And I want them to all have a moment. Okay, and then I'm just going to get a little bit more oil and just drizzle on there like that. That's it. Into the oven, 180C. Yeah. Yeah. 15 minutes, you're going to check them and you're going to see where they're at. And when I mean by see where they're at, we're going to see how the outside of the tray is going to kind of burn, right? So we want to turn that around and mix things around a bit. So 15 minutes and then we'll be back. My timer went off.
Oh, it went off.
15 minutes. 15 minutes in your oven, 15 minutes in my oven. Now we get to see where we're at. So you're going to get a steam bath, right? So just be... Right. You're all in my business. You're on this side of the fence, Scott. I'm not allowed to. Now I can get you. Okay, check it out. So what we're after is a little bit of colour. We want to see where we're at, okay? Very important. So what does that mean, to see where you're at? As chefs, we kind of know that language. For you at home, is we're looking to see where it's browning and what it's doing. hot oven. So the first thing I'm going to notice here is like it's not cooking enough, right? That's the first thing I notice. So I'm like, okay, what's going on? So I'm just going to get this little bit of paper and just make sure I can roll things around a bit.
And this oven is particularly not hot, right? It's not as hot as an oven.
Oh, it's not as hot. Every oven's different. You've got to fall into a relationship with your oven. It's really important. Really, another Tinder date. Really important. Okay. Back in, another 15 minutes. Timer on. 15. Start. On the pocket. Go about my business. No stress. Been another 15 minutes. So that's 30 minutes for me, but it might not be for you. Notice my cauliflower was very kind of stalky. It wasn't compressed because it's a little organic one, right?
Yeah.
So it's really tricky to manage that. So my oven's not as hot as mum's, and you said that. So mine's been on for 30 minutes and I'm happy with it. You just want the colour. You're really after the colour and to allow it to rest as well. So have a look at it. It's just delicious.
It's golden brown.
It is. That's what we want. Now it's hot, so be careful. I can manage heat, so it's kind of all right for me. So I'm just going to put this on a plate like this. And I've got friends coming over. It's hot, right? And I've just got a few little wild gooseberries or wild tomatoes, yeah, or something. Wild gooseberries? Is that what we call them? Just on my little plate, and I'm just going to serve that just like that. A part of my tapas thing, or just like that on the table, you know.
It's a great side dish, isn't it?
It's a great side dish.
Goes well with hummus or anything, right?
Oh, delicious. With a bit of crunch. That's all you do. I mean, I can imagine this like we had in Australia, do you remember? We had a little bit of capsicum, we had a little bit of zucchini, we had a little bit of eggplant, we had some dukkha and all the things, right? Because that was tapas. But imagine like I'm at home, I've got some mashed potato, I've got some steamed veggies, I got a little bit of tempeh or I'm on the barbecue or whatever I've got. This is just a side dish, and it's great to keep in a container for the week's prep for your salads, like in Buddha bowls or anything like that. So yeah, just beautiful. I will see you in one of my other videos in this amazing channel where we get to eat. This is what we do, right?
We do.
I'll see you soon. Thank you for watching. Let me know how you go. Let me know what you think when you bake this. Did it take you longer? Is your oven hotter? Is your cauliflower as stalky as mine? Because this is very, very stalky cauliflower. Like it really is. Look at it. It's not like the one we had in Australia, right?
Right.
Which was really, really meaty, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Do you remember?
Really tightly packed.
Really
together,
tight.
right?
This isn't. This is very different. Very, very different. So completely different flavour, completely different cooking time. So just be aware of that. Okay, bye. I've raved on enough. See ya.